¿Qué tal amigos de Anglers TV? Soy Yaisa Corrales desde el Salto, Sinaloa, con nuestro amigo Mike Helton, Vicepresidente de Denali Rods. Welcome, Mike.
Thank you.
Is your first time here?
Yes, it's my first time here in El Salto.
How do you like it?
I love it. It's a beautiful place. The countryside is just lovely, and I mean, it's like a little piece of heaven here. We really don't have anything like this, you know, where we're at. We have our own versions of this, but this is something totally different. Everybody here is very nice. The lodge, I just can't say enough about the place.
Good. And you brought your Denali with you?
Yes.
With your
yes.
Denali rods.
Yeah.
And what was your rod selections for this trip?
Well, you know, I had never been here before, so I contacted you guys and relied heavily on you guys to, you know, I had an idea of what we were going to do, and, you know, kind of ran it by you, and we worked out together what, you know, you thought I should bring and what baits, and everything's worked out really well. I really wanted to test our new Lithium series down here. You know, where we're at, this is big bass country down here. I mean, this is where you come to catch your 8s, 9s, 10s. You know, they're available where we're at, but not in the numbers that they are here. And I just wanted to bring these Lithiums down here and just really put them to the test. And they've performed great. I mean, we did everything. I mean, we start out in the mornings, and you know, we're throwing scrounger heads and you know, wacky rigs and things like that. And then once the sun gets up and it seems like they maybe go a little bit deeper, we've been throwing a drop shot and been having a lot of luck on that. Not a lot of size with the drop shot, but catching a lot of numbers. And you know, during the day when you have that kind of lull in activity, it's something to keep you catching fish. You know, obviously you're going to throw the scrounger heads and the bigger baits. You're going to catch the big fish, and that's what we try to focus on in the mornings and the afternoons. And then just fill in a little bit with some finesse techniques down here, which they probably don't get to see a lot. You know, they seem very receptive to this robo worm, and we get a lot of bites and catching a lot of fish during the day.
But the good thing of the Denali rods is that they have a lot of options for fishermen, right?
Right. We wanted to bring out our rod lines, and we range everywhere from $99, you know, on up. And we have 4 different series, and basically we cover most every technique, and that's something that we did with our designs when we did our rods. Rather than just giving it a medium heavy rating, or we tried to pair it up with the technique that you would want to use. So a worm and jig rod, a spinnerbait rod. You know, obviously your seasoned tournament fisherman, he knows what rods he likes for what, but maybe somebody that's not as used to using some of the techniques, and they say, hey, I'm going to go to El Salto and throw a spinnerbait, you know, they can say, well, I need a spinnerbait rod, you know, and not, it takes some of the guesswork out of it.
Yeah, it's very helpful.
Right. Yeah. And I think we've paired everything up, you know, obviously techniques range from person to person. I may like a heavier rod for throwing a spinnerbait than you do, you know, so we try to, it's not only something that just we felt like the design should be that way. We took feedback from our pro staff. You know, we put rods in their hands to test rods for us when we come out with prototypes and get a lot of feedback, make changes. You know, building a rod is not something that we just say, hey, we're going to build this rod. We put it into production. We put a lot of time into getting the rods into the hands of our staff and using it and coming up with the, you know, what we feel like is the perfect rod.
Good, that's very good for us. And also for us as Mexican fishermen, it's very important for us to have you here, because then you have the idea of what we need and what the Mexican market needs.
Exactly. And yeah, I mean, this is, you know, there's things that are similar, you know, but there are also some different techniques that you guys use here that we don't, you know, use a lot up there. So obviously I'm using things that I feel comfortable with up there, but you know, I mean, it's just a great place here. I mean, I've really enjoyed being down here. I appreciate you guys having us down here.
You are very welcome.
We're just having a blast.
And what do you think about El Salto Lodge?
I love the lodge. I was very surprised when we got here. Everybody is just, you know, super nice from the time we got off the airport. You know, Raul's waiting there for you. he's going to take care of you, and he brings you out, and everybody, you're not a stranger. That's one of the biggest thing. Everybody greets you. Anything you need, it's there. If you want to eat breakfast in the morning, you can eat it. If not, they pack it up for you, and you can eat it later when you're out here fishing and get hungry. The meals are exceptional. Like I said, rooms are great. I couldn't pick a better place to be than El Salto Lodge.
And who was your guide for the trip?
Javier was our guide. He really put us on the fish this week. We started out and we caught a lot of numbers. Nothing super big. Some 4-pounders and stuff the night we got here, which was awesome. And then the next day we started out and we caught 40 or 50 fish in the morning. And we come back and had a great lunch at the lodge. And then we hit the water again, and he really came through for us. I caught my all-time best. We caught an 11-10 yesterday. We caught an 8-9. We caught 2 7.5s and a 6-pounder. And about 30 other fish. So it was a really awesome day out on the water, and I really appreciate having him.
So what was like the winner bait?
The scrounger head, the Sinaloa shad.
That's a Sinaloa shad that it's made in Mexico. It's a very small company. Yep. And they have this very good plastics, and that's what we use here. And this was your record
it's got a lot of action to it, and it made a big difference. And
so maybe Mexican bass like Mexican lures?
I believe so. I believe so.
Well, Mike, thank you very much for being here. It was a pleasure for us to have you here. We are very happy with Denali Rods. We are always looking on the store to look for brands that we believe on, that we use them, and we can recommend to the fishermen in Mexico. So thank you very much. We are very happy with Denali and hope we can make it bigger.
Yeah, we look forward to growing our relationship with you guys. We're glad to have a dealer in Mexico, and if you guys ever need a rod in Mexico, check out Angler's Bass House.
Bueno amigos, pues nos despedimos desde El Salto, Sinaloa. No olviden suscribirse a nuestro canal, regalarnos un like y si quieren Denali, ya saben, Angler's Bass House.